3 nominations, 1 club. And suddenly, the Sydney Swans aren't just dominating AFL, they are being recognized as the heartbeat of NSW sport. G'day Swans fans, if you love the club like I do, hit that subscribe button, because the Swans have just received recognition that goes way beyond the footy field, and it's a moment worth celebrating. The NSW Sports Awards nominations are in, and Sydney is all over them. Heeney, nominated for Athlete of the Year. Not just AFL player, not just footballer, Athlete of the Year across all sports in New South Wales. Harley, nominated for Administrator of the Year. The man who just stepped down as CEO after transforming this club over 7 seasons. And here's the kicker, the AFLW derby against GWS at Henson Park, nominated for Event of the Year. 7,171 fans packed into that ground. A record. An atmosphere that showed the world what women's footy means in Sydney. 3 nominations. 3 different aspects of what makes the Sydney Swans special. On the field, in the boardroom, and in the community. This isn't just about individual achievements. This is about a club that's become the standard bearer for sport in NSW. A club that's transcended AFL and become a cultural institution. And it's all being recognized at the highest level. But to understand how we got here, we need to go back. Let's start with Heeney. Because this nomination isn't a surprise, it's inevitable. 29 years old. 2nd Bob Skilton medal this season. Another All-Australian selection. 24 disposals and almost 2 goals a game. Those are superstar numbers. Elite numbers. Numbers that make opposition coaches lose sleep. But here's what the stats don't tell you. Heeney has become the face of AFL and NSW. He's the local kid from Maitland who made it. The academy graduate who proved the system works. The midfielder forward who can do things that make you stand up and shout at your TV. He's not just a great AFL player. He's a great athlete. Period. And that's what this Athlete of the Year nomination recognizes. Not just his footy skills, but his overall athletic excellence. His consistency. His impact on the biggest stage. His competing against athletes from rugby league, rugby union, cricket, swimming, basketball, every major sport in NSW. And is right there as a finalist. That's the respect Heeney's earned. That's the profile he's built. Now Harley. Different story. Same level of excellence. Harley came to the Swans in 2014 as General Manager of Football. He became CEO and held that position for 7 seasons. And in that time, he didn't just manage the club, he transformed it. Think about what the Swans achieved under Harley's leadership. Multiple finals appearances. Grand final in 2022. Consistent success on the field. But more than that, financial stability, community engagement, the growth of the AFLW program, the strengthening of the academy system. Harley understood something crucial. The Swans aren't just an AFL club. They are a sporting institution in a city that's dominated by rugby codes. They have to work harder, be smarter, build deeper connections. And he did exactly that. The nomination for Administrator of the Year isn't just about his tenure as CEO. It's about his entire contribution to NSW sport. The way he elevated the Swans' profile. The way he positioned the club as a leader in community engagement and diversity. Behind closed doors, Harley was making decisions that shaped the club's future. Hiring the right people, investing in the right programs, building a culture that attracted talent and kept them here. Then there's the AFLW derby. Round 6, 2025. Henson Park. Swans vs Giants. 7,171 fans. A record crowd for an AFLW match at that venue. The atmosphere was electric. The quality of footy was outstanding. And the message was clear. Women's footy has arrived in Sydney, and it's here to stay. That nomination for Event of the Year isn't just about one game. It's about what that game represented. The growth of women's sport. The rivalry between Sydney and GWS. The proof that AFLW can draw crowds and create moments that resonate beyond the final siren. November 24th. The Star, Permit. The NSW Champions of Sport ceremony. That's when the winners will be announced. But here's the part that changes everything. This isn't about winning anymore. It's about what these nominations represent. Stuart Hodge, the CEO of Sport NSW, said it perfectly. The exceptional level of performances NSW Sport has produced, both on and off the field of play, never ceases to amaze me. Think about that. The Sydney Swans, an AFL club in rugby league heartland, have 3 nominations at the highest sports honours in the state. That's not luck. That's not coincidence. That's the result of years of strategic planning, cultural development, and excellence across every aspect of the organization. Heeney's nomination says, "We produce elite athletes." Harley's nomination says, "We are led by visionary administrators." The AFLW Derby nomination says, "We create events that matter to communities." What would you have felt if you were at the club when these nominations came through? The pride, the validation, the sense that all the hard work, all the investment, all the belief in the process, it's paying off. Could anyone have predicted this 20 years ago? When the Swans were still fighting for relevance in Sydney? When AFL was still seen as that Victorian game? This is the moment everything changed. Not because of these nominations specifically, but because of what they symbolize. The Swans have transcended their sport. They've become synonymous with sporting excellence in NSW. Swan supporters are absolutely buzzing. Social media has been flooded with pride and excitement. That's our club. That's our captain. This is what it means to be a Swan. The wider AFL community is taking notice too. 3 nominations in a statewide sports awards. That's unprecedented for an AFL club in NSW. Rugby league fans might not like it, but they can't ignore it. The Swans have forced their way into the conversation at the highest level of NSW sport. Inside the club, there's quiet satisfaction. This is what they've been building toward. Recognition that goes beyond the AFL bubble. Validation that their approach, on-field excellence, strong administration, community engagement, is working. Heeney himself would probably be humble about it. That's who he is. But you can bet he's proud. Being nominated alongside the best athletes in NSW across all sports? That's rarefied, eh? Harley's nomination is particularly poignant because it comes right after he stepped down as CEO. It's like the sporting community saying, "We saw what you built. We appreciate what you did. This is your legacy." And for the AFLW program, that Event of the Year nomination is massive. It puts women's footy on the same stage as the biggest sporting events in the state. It says, this matters. This is legitimate. This is the future. The announcement ceremony on November 24th will be a moment. Win or lose, the Swans will be represented at the highest level of NSW sport. And that's a victory in itself. This reminds me of when the Swans won the 2005 Premiership. Not because of what it was, but because of what it represented. The moment the club proved it belonged at the elite level. The moment Sydney became a genuine AFL city. These nominations are similar. They are proof that the Swans have become more than just a football club. They are a sporting institution that sets standards across multiple areas. For Heeney, this could be the start of even greater recognition. If he wins Athlete of the Year, he's in the conversation as one of NSW's greatest contemporary athletes. That's generational impact. For Harley's legacy, the nomination cements his place as one of the most influential sports administrators in NSW history. 7 seasons as CEO. Finals every year. A club that's financially stable and culturally strong. That's the definition of success. For the AFLW program, the Derby nomination shows that women's footy in Sydney has arrived. It's not the future anymore. It's the present. And it's creating moments that rival anything in Australian sport. What happens next? We wait for November 24th. We watch the ceremony. We celebrate the nominations regardless of the outcomes. Because this is already a win. 3 nominations, 1 club, and a clear message. The Sydney Swans are elite in every way that matters. At the end of the day, this is what being a Swans fan is all about. The moments when the wider world recognizes what we've always known. This club is special. From Heeney's brilliance on the field to Harley's vision in the boardroom to the AFLW creating history at Henson Park, this is a club that does things the right way. And now, everyone's paying attention. Let me know in the comments who you're backing to win on November 24th. Hit like if you're proud to be a Swan supporter, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Bloods!